Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Max, Chief Evangelist over here at Happily, and this might be the video that I've been most excited to make in quite some time because we are finally launching our event builder. What's the event builder, you might ask? If you've ever tried to run an event in HubSpot, you may know that it takes a little bit of work, right? You've got to build a landing page, you've got to build a form, you've got to build an email, you've got to figure out how to send it in a workflow, you've got to create lists, you've got to create lists of people who didn't attend, who did attend, a wait list of this, that, the other thing lists. Maybe you got to create lead capture forms. You've got to build a campaign to put all of it together. You've got to build workflows that string everything up. There is a lot of stuff you have to build in HubSpot. And then when you go to build the next event, you've got to do it again, and you're cloning this and you're cloning that, and you're building this thing for the 45th time and you're just changing something a little. I am super excited to show you our brand new tool called the Event Builder. And what this is going to allow you to do is go from hours doing the same repetitive tasks over and over again, setting up your events, to having them ready to go in mere seconds. Let me show you how it works. So I'm inside the Event Happily admin panel here. I'm going to go and hit Create Event. All right, what I'm going to do is just go in and add a couple of different details about my event, right? Simple stuff like the name of the event. So let's call this Max's Hot Dog Eating Competition. And then this is a professional hot dog eating event. I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to be a single day event. So I'm going to uncheck the multi-day. I am going to say it's going to start on the 30th, and I'm going to give it a start time of 3 p.m. and an end time of 8 p.m. And I'm going to give it a time zone. All right. I'm going to make a whole other video on time zones, but if you've ever been frustrated with the way that HubSpot renders time zones on CMS assets, we've completely solved that problem, which is particularly important, especially for events. If you're a company that does events all over the world, right? And you don't want to send stuff with your HubSpot's portal default time zone on it. Never mind. We're going to talk about that in another video. I'm going to choose Eastern Daylight Time here, and I can choose how I want my date and time formatted. So I can choose the locale, the date format, if I want like a full date, like Friday, August 29th. And then I can choose the time format I want, whether 12-hour or 24-hour. So it really depends on how I want time displayed on things like my landing pages or in my emails that I send to people. And then I'm going to come in over here and I'm going to go ahead and put in an address here, and we're going to go. So we have what the event is, when it's taking place, and where it's going to be. All right. So next, I'm going to go onto this page here that is going to be our digital assets page. This is going to ask us, what do we want to create in HubSpot for this event? All right. We can build you lists that will give you easy lists that you can use and send emails to or use for reporting or segmentation, however you want to do it. We'll create contact lists for you so you can just have that taken care of inside of HubSpot. We'll build you a form that's actually going to register someone for the event if they fill it out, right? So you can put it on a HubSpot landing page and they'll fill it out. You could go and embed it on your WordPress website. If they fill it out, they'll get registered for the event. We're also going to build an email or a confirmation email for you when someone registers, right? And on top of that, we're actually going to put this into a workflow and wire everything up for you, all right? All you got to do is select the template that you want to use. You can also choose a landing page template. So if you do want us to create a landing page to put that form onto, so you already have a page ready to go, we'll build that for you. You can even choose which domain it sits on. If this is an event where you're not necessarily doing pre-registration, but you're just doing like lead capture at a booth, or you have people walking around with like their phones and they just want to fill out a HubSpot form and mark that person as a lead at the event, you can do that. I'm going to turn that off just because this is a hot dog eating competition that people are actually signing up for. You could also choose whether or not you want us to create a Zoom meeting or a webinar to go on with the event. So if this is a digital event, we'll go ahead and build the Zoom meeting for you or the Zoom webinar. Okay. Try that out of the box in HubSpot. It's not going to happen. I'm going to turn that off because you can't eat hot dogs digitally. Let's be honest. All right. And then we're going to move down here. Do we want to attach this to a HubSpot campaign or create a new HubSpot campaign? I don't really need to for this one, but if I wanted to, I can turn it on and it's going to tie everything together into a HubSpot campaign, right? But just to kind of show, I'm choosing a few things, I'm skipping a few things. It's up to you what we build and what we don't. Now, when I hit next, it's going to ask me to confirm all of the details. When's the event taking place? What stuff do you want us to build in HubSpot? So on and so forth. I'm going to hit next, and we're going to wait maybe, I don't know, less than 9 seconds-ish, and watch this. Boom. If you blinked, you may have missed it. But what we actually did here is we went into your HubSpot account and we built out your entire registration process for you. So you've got a landing page and a form. You've got a confirmation email built for the event. You have a workflow set up that's going to work specifically for that event. We've also created your registration list. So these are contact lists of people who are currently registered for the event, people who actually attended the event once you actually marked them as attended, people who did not attend the event, if you want that. And then if you're doing our waitlist functionality, you'll see people on a waitlist, right? And then down here, if I'd set up a HubSpot campaign, it would have created a HubSpot campaign and linked to it. Coming soon, we're going to have attributed deal lists as well. We'll talk about deal attribution in another video. And then if I had chosen to do lead capture at the event, which again, that motion is not necessarily creating registrants. It's really just associating contacts to the event with an event lead association label. I'd see those here as well as a list that goes along with it. If I had Zoom hooked up and I had chosen to create a Zoom meeting, I'd have a link to that Zoom meeting from here. And then also I have my check-in page for the event already built and ready to go that I can share with anybody else. We're going to talk about event check-in in a different video, but check this out, right? I can go view my event in HubSpot. So my event record is already created for me. I can go take a look at the page that was created for me as well, right? So we can see that it's built inside of my theme. It injects all the information from my event. This form is already ready to go. If I wanted to add some questions to the form, I could just go edit the form, right? So we'll come into here. I can go edit the form in the form editor, or I can add form fields just like any other HubSpot form, because it is a HubSpot form. We also have this confirmation email automatically created for us, right? So this is going to pull in information from the event when it's sent out. The registrants will also have their own QR code. So it'll automatically drop the QR code in there. This one you see here is just a placeholder, right? Which is why it looks a little bit goofy. And then if you go into the registration workflow, you will actually see that this workflow is set up to say when someone registers for that particular event, and the QR code is ready to send, it is going to go ahead and send that email to them that we already built. And we've tied all of this stuff up together for you already. All you need to do is come in here and put your finishing touches on it, right? Maybe you want the email to say something a little bit different. Maybe you want to change the style. Maybe you want to come into the workflow and add a reminder email that happens after the event. You can do whatever you want. The bones and everything, the bulk majority of the work is already done for you, and you're just coming in and putting some finishing touches on it that makes that event unique and nice and pretty and beautiful, right? On top of that, let's take a look at some of these lists, right? So we create these contact lists that will actually show contacts associated to the event with that particular record ID. We use record ID when we build these events. So if you choose to change the name of the event, these lists still work because the record ID of the event can't change. Big brain. We think of all the kind of stuff here. And then also it has the association labels. Keep in mind, we automatically manage association labels between contacts and events, and we update them when they register, when they attend, when they do not attend, when they cancel, when they waitlist, right? So we build you these lists automatically so you can keep track of all that stuff, right? And then, of course, I could go and pick my campaign. If I wanted to, I could see these lists, all this kind of stuff, right? But all of this stuff is done for you, and you just go in and put your finishing touches in, and you don't have to go through the same rigmarole that you've normally had to when it's, oh, I got a new event, I got to clone this, I got to clone that, I got to create this from scratch, I got to create this from scratch, I got to make another list, another this, another that. It all is done for you in quite literally a matter of seconds, and then you can just put the final zhuzh on it and kick it out the door. Take that page live, turn that workflow on, tweak that email, however you want to do it, right? So it helps you save hours and hours and hours, potentially days of work that you have to do setting up an event in HubSpot, and it does it for you in mere seconds. Anyway, that's the event builder. If you guys have any questions about Event Happily, building events in HubSpot, anything like that, feel free to reach out to us at carrothappily.com. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day and hope you're just as excited as I am to start building events in seconds and not hours inside of HubSpot.